Morning, guys. Cheers. So this is going to be a little bit of a test of me going back and forth between different screens. So let's see, am I still recording? I think I am. So now I can Alt plus to view. Yeah, let's go to 400x. Alright. Bitcoin. 57,026. Wow. And it just dropped to what? 55,000? So I did not buy that dip. Still with money on the sidelines. Ethereum 4,300. Same thing, yo. I just don't see it. You know, the cost of the transactions, even to move your ERC20 tokens. I mean, something's got to give there. I mean, when Omisa go is my question. So everyone speaks of Ethereum 2.0. Well, we've been discussing that since, what, 2016, 2017? Back when the price was $7 for Ethereum. I mean, back then it didn't cost that much, but, you know, scalability is an issue. So I look around at others like Tezos and a few others that I own that are much cheaper in transaction fees. However, I don't know the code base of Tezos. I don't understand it. So maybe that's why I don't run a Baker node. I mean, I have 8,000 to run a Baker node. That's not the issue. The issue is I don't know how to set it up. I know someone who has a Baker node who has allowed me to stake there for free or bake there for free, but I think in the end, use case is going to play a major factor in that. I understand the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance and all of that. I don't know, $4,300 for one. Most people are already priced out of that. I mean, I understand you can buy a fraction. I don't know anything about Solana. I remember back in the day people bought it. I didn't. Cardano at $1.56. Now that looks like a buying opportunity. Up 3.81% this morning. You know, that I think I saw that last night at like $1.47, I think I see. So anyway, here again, I don't own any Cardano. So I have in the past, but you know, I remember seeing Cardano just stay stagnant at 2 cents forever. XRP 97 cents. Depends on how you feel about the SEC versus XRP, which is really SEC versus all of crypto, really. So, because if nothing comes of this, then who's next on the chopping block, right? Polkadot. Now, who'd have thought that? I remember the ICO of Polkadot. I remember I can see, just like in Omisa Go, I see Vitalik as one of the people in the project. So I was going to invest, I don't know, half a Bitcoin or something like that in that ICO. And I remember in Polkadot there was this big thing in the ICO where I don't know if it was a hack or it was something where you could not claim your dot from the ICO. So I missed out on all of that fun. Now it's at $35.67. Wow. But I'm curious, what is the actual cost of Polkadot during the ICO compared to the current in dollars compared to the current price of Bitcoin value invested? So if I had invested half a Bitcoin in a Polkadot on the day of the ICO, I don't know if there were any bonuses involved in that, but I don't recall, but oh well. Avalanche. $109. Wow. Again, I don't own any. Shiba. Shiba is down 4 zeros and a 387. So basically, it's right about the same price as where others on YouTube said to come out and buy it. Now then it did double from that point, and now it's back down to that point. Up 2%, huh? I don't know. Yeah, that's more my barometer of new money. The Shiba and Doge. So Litecoin, 197.50. There we go, triple digits. I was buying Litecoin before it was listed on Coinbase. When it was it was below $20 a Litecoin. Then immediately it jumped up. I want to say it was like $3 a Litecoin. And then it jumped up to I see $24 and $29 the moment it got listed on Coinbase, which, now Coinbase doesn't really make a difference in the cost of the price, but not like what it used to. I mean, now there's so many other on and off ramps. So Polygon Matic, $1.71. I remember that was another ICO I was looking at around that time. Chainlink, I bought Chainlink at 22 cents. I feel like a dumbass. Now, had I just held, it's now $24.78 for Chainlink. Wow. So yeah, 20 something cents, like 22, 25 cents for Chainlink. That was back in the day of, who was it? Crypto Bit Brothers. The moment they mentioned it, I bought a ton of it because of what they were looking to do. Because I was looking for the interoperability between crypto back in the day. Bitcoin Cash looks kind of tasty at $568, but my last buy-in of Bitcoin Cash was, $120? Something like that. It fell down to 120, and then I see it around 200. Now it's at 568. That's like, wow. Excuse me. Let's see. Decentraland Mana, $4.97. Who would have thought that? You remember back when those different large entities had all these different names in it, of these different cryptos that basically no one had heard of. Mana was one of those, I remember. So it was like Civic, CBC, stuff like that. So I question, from those old lists, did they know something that we don't? I mean, I'm sure that they did. You know, Berkshire was listed all over them. Not of that particular project. I'm saying of this different entity that was investing for their clients. You know the one. Well, there were two different ones back in the day. Let's see. Elron, EGLD, down 3.15% at $400.01. Now, I recently purchased the Elron EGLD to be able to farm on the Meyer exchange. However, I bought everywhere between 400 and 500 and some change, like $520. So yeah, I bought at the all-time high. Whatever. I wanted those percentage gains in the Meyer exchange for the MEX tokens. But they're soon to launch, or they've already launched the exchange. But you know, the advertisements and everything else for them have not hit yet, so I do see the price of the MEX token going up, as well as once it's more known, I think that the price of Elron could probably double from here when people realize the limited supply. So I didn't buy a whole lot. I only threw like $4,000 at it, something like that. So it wasn't a whole lot. I still have funds on the sidelines doing nothing, which is why I'm going around here looking. So I'm looking at what's on sale. Let's see, Stellar XLM, 32.5 cents. That is still a good deal, because I was buying Stellar. Let's see, I was buying Stellar back in the day between 6 and 8 cents, and I held all of that. However, my bag is still not where I would like it to be. And I was buying Stellar between, 34 and 36 cents, and then I saw it go to like over 41 cents, and now it's retraced. So just bouncing around, going sideways, a little lower now. So that looks like a decent deal. So it's now up 4.4%. Internet computer, I have no idea what in the hell that is. I've done no research on it. Let's see, VeChain, VET. I remember VET at half of a cent, and it's now trading at 11.5 cents. I remember seeing VET go up to like 15 cents. So that might be a decent opportunity as well. VeChain, something with Walmart, and was it the, not Internet of Things, but it might actually be, but I see that more as a supply chain on a blockchain. So basically your inventory and all of this, to be able to track it from start to finish all the way to the shelf. So that there could be a lot to come from VeChain in the day. So Filecoin, now there's an OG coin. I remember Filecoin back when I got in crypto. There were only like 10 coins on an exchange. It was like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Earthcoin, Filecoin. I mean, Feathercoin, that's another one. But anyway, let's see. Sandbox, sand, S-A-N-D. Now, I am curious, is this the same sand as back in like 2016? 2016, 2017. I see this guy in my head. I see this guy who was in construction, and there's a different type of sand that is needed for like Portland cement versus other sand like construction sand and that sort of stuff. And this guy fell onto like a huge deposit of sand. Now, is Sandbox what that originally started as? And now they've moved into this? I don't know. I don't know. But I remember sand because I had bought, it was an ERC20 token back in the day. Cliff High actually did an interview with this person, I see, and it was another one of those on the data. It was like salt. You remember salt lending? So salt and sand. It's the values given to different words were difficult to pick anything up on these particular coins from his data. Theta, wow, $6.49. Now, I still hold a real good amount of Theta. I bought in at, my first buy-in was at 13 cents. My second buy-in at Theta was at 8 cents. I still hold a decent amount of Theta. And so here's another thought, right? Excuse me. So now Theta, a lot of people will remember JSNP4 and Michelle White Dove interview. I think that was right when I dropped a good bit in the Theta. Like during that video, I actually went and bought it. And, it went down a little bit, and then I bought the second time. But what Michelle White Dove said in that video, as far as it doing a 10x, and then she sees it like another 10x, and then another 10x, but it would take less time than what we would think. Now, will her price predictions come about? Un día. Un día. So, I mean, right now, I'm not buying any more Theta unless I see the price come down like below $3 again. I do see that as a long-term hold for me. I was just floored when all of that happened for me. So, Theta. Theta's the one that put me over 7 figures. So, yeah. Or put me in the 7 figures, I'll say it that way. So I'm not 8 figures. I just, but I don't know. Could another 10x be coming now, or, anyway. Now, the different things that I've picked up on listening to a lot of these other people in woo-woo, right? Now, I'm Catholic. However, I live in New Orleans, and I have witnessed things that I cannot explain. So, is something else there? I do believe so. I don't practice in it. I don't do any of that. However, when when these well-known, well-renowned people make a statement, especially when no one else had heard of this, I had to take notice to that. She had also mentioned, what was the other one? More recent. However, what was the name of it? Persistence, XPRT. So, on the atomic ecosystem, again, not many people had heard of it. Many people have discredited it, whatever. So, however, I took notice of that, and I bought a little bit. Again, another one of these that, no one had heard of. But however, she did say that we would have to hold on to this one for a longer period of time in order to get those sort of rewards. That's cool. I'm down for that. If it takes 5 years, that's cool. Theta took me, 3 years? 3 years, and Theta made me a good bit. But that also makes me think and wonder, what about some of these other so-called psychics and whatnot who came out of the woodwork, right? Started playing off of what she had said, and then others discrediting her. So that's why I don't listen to other people who claim to be psychic mediums and all this, because I do remember, and there's such a thing called the rewind button on video. These people multiple times saying to get rid of your theta, it's going to do nothing. I did not listen to that. Same with the Digibyte. However, now they were more correct in the Digibyte, but with Digibyte, whenever you see whatever coin that you're in, again, none of this is advice in any way, shape, or form. Not financial, tax, legal, nothing. This is just what I did, right? So these psychics, they said to sell your theta and sell your Digibyte. And Digibyte, I remember Digibyte dropped down. Some people I personally know bought Digibyte at 0.0029 or something like this. My last major purchase of Digibyte was at 0.0035, right? And it's at what? It went up to 16 cents, something like this. And I mean, yeah, now it's back down to like 4 3/4, but of 4 cents, just under 5 cents. So, that was a time for accumulation. When you see whatever, it doesn't matter what project that you're in, whenever you see that price dipping down, that's an opportunity, in my opinion, to lower your dollar cost average. Doesn't matter what asset it is. It could be in equities. You could be looking at Microsoft or Apple or whatever. And when you see that price tick down, a DCA, a dollar cost average over time, will even out. However, when it dips so low, I had to jump on that. So, to those particular psychic mediums and all of this kind of stuff, look, some of the stuff that you called, a lot of the stuff that they called did come true. However, that was completely bogus. So you win some, you lose some. But I didn't take much faith in that, in what they said. I mean, when they say different tokens, I go and I research those different tokens just to see what in the heck they're talking about. However, now it's just too broad of a brush. So, I mean, like they did well by calling, what was it? Cardano. And Cardano at that time was, like I said, 2 cents. But that did not meet my investment criteria, my thesis. So that was not, I was interested, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. Now we're out of coffee. All right. So yeah, some of these people out here, they say a lot of different things, and then it's as though others ride their coattails, and then the others try to discredit them. When they discredit each other and go try to go on the offensive against another, yeah, that just doesn't sit right with me. So anyway, Theta, $6.49. Wow. I wish I'd have bought more. Ethereum Classic. $47.39. Now, I was watching ETC. I mean, I still see that at like $3, $4, and $5 for Ethereum Classic forever, and then a 51% attack, and then, you know, there was like a run up to $150 within the last year. And then I also question Charles Hoskinson with Cardano. Why is he, or why was he, I don't know if he still is, why was he acquiring so much Ethereum Classic? Does he intend to use that in Cardano in some way, or was that just like an experiment? So I was just questioning that. Cosmos Atom, $26.99. That's a good deal. Yeah, I see Cosmos between like $30 and $35 not that long ago. The cool thing is that with like 100 Cosmos, you get all kinds of different airdrops, and these different projects have a what is that? Like IBC or something like that, inter-blockchain. Maybe it's IBP, inter-blockchain protocol, where you can converse between all these different projects that run on the, or all these different blockchains that run on the Cosmos ecosystem. So that's really cool. However, $26.99. I remember Cosmos super cheap. I didn't buy any at that time. Again, that was another that all the, you know, Psychic Friends Network were talking about back in the day. But I don't know. My funds I put into different projects, and I wanted to achieve a certain goal, and I did that in some. I was able to do that in some. I wasn't able to achieve every goal. Let's see. These others I don't know. Monero XMR, $235. I do see other things happening in Monero one day. So, however, the privacy aspect of it may become an issue for some, and for some jurisdictions. jurisdictions. So it was said back in the day to own 10 Monero. I see. So 10 Monero right now would cost you $2,350 roughly. Not bad, but I remember Monero at like $80 not all that long ago. So I don't know. Maybe that's just the cost of inflation in a bull market. Here we go. Tezos. One I was talking of earlier. $4.71 today. That is still a screaming deal for Tezos. In the Tezos Ico, I put a quarter of a Bitcoin into the Tezos Ico. I put more, but I did those from separate wallets. However, I didn't do it in Bitcoin. I took, because I couldn't figure out how to sign the transaction and to include it for the ICO. So what I had done was I took a quarter Bitcoin, transferred that into Ethereum, and then from a separate Ethereum, each time I did that in the ICO, I did it from separate Ethereum addresses because of the white paper stating that if you were a U.S. citizen and all this, it would be null and void and all of this, but yet. So I had used a VPN back in the day to invest into all these different ICOs. However, for each one of those that I did a quarter Bitcoin in, I got 1,000 Tezos for each quarter Bitcoin. Yeah. And what is Bitcoin today? Let's see. Let's just call Bitcoin. Well, yeah, let's go up. Uh-oh. Bitcoin is at 57,000. Alexa, 25% of 57,000.
25% of 57,000 is 14,250.
So $14,250 is what that cost. All right, let me find Tezos again. Somewhere around here. There it is. 471 times 1,000. So it would be $4,710 compared to that last figure. So yeah, that's the true cost of the ICO of Tezos. So yeah, I would jump on that. Let's do that over again. Alexa, 25% of 57,000.
25% of 57,000 is 14,250.
Alexa, 14,250 divided by 1,000.
14,250 divided by 1,000 is 14.25.
So the original ICO costs $14.25 per Tezos, as per when I invested then to the current price today. So yeah, Tezos is still a screaming deal. Alright, let's see. IOTA, $1.40. Internet of Things. That will be something in the future as well, but there was something that happened with IOTA a while back. I don't recall exactly what it was. Was it a 51% attack? I'm not sure, or was it a shutdown of the blockchain? but that happened a while ago. EOS, $3.93. I was also in the EOS ICO, but in that ICO, I was actually in the Genesis block of the ICO. So the EOS fundraiser or the ICO was a year long, and every day was a new block. However, the first week of EOS was the first block. I was in that first Genesis block in that first week. So then it began, every day was a new block during that ICO. And I don't remember how much Bitcoin I put into EOS, but it was very, very difficult at that time to claim. And then, I'm falling over here. Let me fix that. It was very difficult to claim that EOS from being in the United States. You had to confirm the transaction, claim it, and then transfer it. It was a big mess. But I was able to figure it out and do it. A lot of these others I invested in at that time, a lot of them are no longer even Ethereum addresses. Maker, MKR, $3,026. I remember seeing that like between $400 and $500 for a while, and I almost bought a few. SV, Satoshi. That's a fake Toshi, is what that is. I mean, in my opinion, because Bitcoin by Satoshi was a gift to the world. Satoshi would not patent different things. Wasn't about a patent. And not only that, even if you go back to the book of Satoshi, right? To the original Bitcoin forums, where Satoshi was actually conversing with Craig Wrong, in stating that if you don't have the mental capacity, I don't have the time to waste on you. Yeah. So, c'est la vie. Then this guy comes out and starts suing everybody. What the fuck was that about? Because he said, she said bullshit. You can try to wow the judge with, thousands of different addresses, and then people even sign those addresses as that's you don't hold. They went back and signed those addresses. Look, either sign the Genesis block of Bitcoin or shut up. And was the other gentleman involved? Was he was he Satoshi? Now that is a good question. AMP. That's at 6.3 cents, down 10.5%. Now, AMP, that was something I was looking at a while back. It was something to do with like the Flexa network. I don't know, was that providing liquidity? I forget what that was about. I know a few people made a lot of money on that. Neo, there's one. Ant shares. Remember that? My goodness. Ant shares. Neo. The rebranding. Wow. Now it's $37.44. I know a lot of people who made a lot of money in Ant shares. And then it became Neo. And then their portfolios just went nuts, dude. I mean, nuts. I think they're now living in Puerto Rico. Or a few of them are. You know, who was it? Omar Bam, Crip Zero. He's, I don't think he's in Puerto Rico right now. I think he's in Las Vegas. It's been a while since I've been on his channel. I mean, not like, you know, live on his channel, but I mean just like in the comments, listening and mentioning things. Every once in a while I'll pop in on his Twitter just to say hello. Let's see, basic attention token at $1.60. Wow, dude. I see that one at 15 cents all day for a long time. Wow. And I still use a Brave browser. I even get other people to use a Brave browser, even to run other programs. You know, where a Microsoft Edge won't allow them to do different things. Let's see. Waves, I remember that. Holo, yeah. I don't know. I didn't invest in any of those. Let's see. Dash. $177. Didn't Dash go to like $1,500 during 2017 bull market? I think it did. Now, Dash is another one back in the day I see at $3. And back then it took 1,000 Dash to run a master node. And so it began much cheaper. It was like $1 per Dash, and then by the time I was ready to invest, it would have cost me $3,000 for a master node of Dash. Today that would cost you $177,000 for a master node of Dash. The only problem with having a master node of Dash is you better know what in the heck you're doing to code, because it's not like a one-click master node anything. That was back in the day. You had to know someone. You had to know someone to set that up, unless you were like me and you just bought it and held it. So, but yeah, it began as a different coin. It was like Bitcoin Dark or something like that. It wasn't named Dash until after. So that was really cool. It was a little scary at the time. It was like, why are they doing this? And it was like, yeah. How I wish on a few things we could go back in time, right? Let's see. T-Fuel at 30 cents. Wow, dude. Because back in the day when you bought Theta, like for Theta, we thought to run a Guardian node of Theta, you were going to have 100,000 Theta to run a Guardian node. Yeah. Then that dropped down to 10,000 to run a Guardian node. Or first it dropped down to like 50,000 Theta to run a Guardian node. Then 10,000, now it's 1,000. 1,000 Theta to run a Guardian node. And I still have one or two. But the Theta fuel, right? So back in the day, you got 5-to-1 Theta fuel. So for every Theta you had, you got 5 Theta fuel. So if you had 100,000 Theta, you got 500,000 Theta fuel times 30 cents. Alexa, 500,000 times 30 cents.
500,000 times 30 United States pennies is 15 million United States pennies.
Alexa, in what country are you in?
The United States.
Okay. Right. Excuse me. So yeah, you still have, and that was given to you for free. That was given to you for free. I still have one or two of those too. I sold off, I would say 2/3 of my Theta fuel that I got for free. But I still hold a considerable amount of Theta fuel. Let's see, NEM, XEM, 17 cents. That was another one back in the day. A lot of people did really well on. Let's see, Quantum at $15. That's another one people made a lot of money on, was Quantum. Let's see, Decred at $105? Really? Wow. Wax at 74 cents. That's like internet, or that's skins on video games. So that was really cool. I think they're doing a lot now with NFTs, but I'm not in any NFTs. I don't own any. I guess I'm so old school in crypto that I remember back in the day where you could take an image and put that image into a block of the blockchain using the extra space in the blockchain. If that block didn't completely fill, you could add those. Good morning. You could add those images in. So yeah, I'm still not. I mean, it's like people today think that NFTs are a big deal, and it's like, we could do that way back when, back in 2014, 15, 16. We could do that. So it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, and then people paying how much for a JPEG? A JPEG. I just look. That's cool and all for people in art and everything else who. I see other things happening, like with digi assets and stuff like that, more than just an NFT. So, in my opinion, I would say that that's just a fad. So, people trying to do different things on their limited supply or limited edition, this and that. Is that rain? Wow. Cool. I guess we don't have to water the gardens this morning. That sounds like rain. Anyway, squirrel. Horizon Zen at $108. Now, how many Zen of Horizon did it take to run a masternode of Horizon? Because that was a big deal back in the day too. I know a few people who were getting into that. So, and I think I was going to. But I see Horizon at like $8. So, well, I just I'm not taking what coins have done really well and like or they've done okay, but they haven't like exploded in value, right? So I'm not taking those to split those up into many other coins. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm not. So I'm just leaving what I have alone. You know, it's like with this eGold or EGLD, Elron. I was speaking to a friend over the phone. He was talking about selling off a lot of some other coin, and I told him I would advise against that. You know, in my opinion, in my experience, really, is because every single time I sold 100% position of any one thing, then all of a sudden that one just went nuts, and I lost out many-fold on that one. So every single time I sold one asset to get into another because this YouTuber said this and this other person said that, and you know, so I ended up selling and moving into something else. I ended up screwing myself royally. So I don't suggest doing that. If you have extra funds just sitting on the sidelines in dollars, in dollar value, like USDC or whatever, sure, go for it. But I don't recommend selling any other crypto in order to jump into another because this other person thinks it's gonna moon and go crazy, and it's like I don't. I mean, there is that factor that, you know, a YouTuber could not necessarily move the market a lot, but possibly by a little via influence, you know? So someone who's got, you know, 1 million or so what, so more of, you know, people listening to him, there is that could happen because of a limited supply if it were not a derivative. So if it's a derivative, it's not going to do anything. But if those people bought in, but however, if it's the actual token and people are removing them from the exchange, that will cause the value to increase. Sia coin, 2.5 cents. Now that's another one a lot of people made a lot of money on, but here again, I wasn't in it. So, whatever. Icon at $1.77. Man, that's the Icon, ICX, okay? Anyone who's an OG in crypto knows exactly what Icon is. That is the Ethereum of Korea. Anything under $2, that's a screaming deal. $1.77. Let's see what this one has done. Ooh, excuse me. Go to... Where am I at? Am I on 3 month, 6 month, what? Ooh. Ruh-roh. Okay. Let's go to 1 year and look at that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I enlarged it too much. Alright, let's see. So recently it was at $2.19. Head and shoulders pattern, $2.48 recently. I can't see the tops of these. $2.33. Where was it like a year ago? $2.38, $2.60, $2.78. Did it touch 3? I thought it did. 288. Yep, it did. $3.11. That was this year in March. March of this year, it was at $3.11. So I don't know if that's the all-time high. I can't, my screen, oh wait, hold up. $3.11 was the absolute high in the last year. But yeah, under $2, yeah, Icon looks like a deal to me. Where'd it go? Son of a gun. There it is. At $1.78. That's one I might throw a buck in. I don't know. So far, right now, what I'm looking at is Icon, Cardano. Icon and Cardano seem to be the better ones right now to me, as far as a deal. As far as looking at this today on Cyber Monday. Omisigo at $8.11. Wow. Wow, dude. Now, I think Omisigo went to like $15 recently and has pulled back. But I don't know, when you've had 1,000 Omisigo in the past, you know, it's like today that would be $8,100 for 1,000 Omisigo. Wow. That was a page 1 review. So that was the first 100 coins on CoinMarketCap. So of the first 100, as of today, I would say Icon, and Cardano, and if a little left over, if I wanted to, I would say Bitcoin Cash is the other one that I was looking at. Whoa, hold up. A little too large there. Alt minus. Alright, so now I'm back. Now I can see what y'all are seeing. So I do not know how to share my screen. I need to figure that out yet. This is just me going over the first 100 coins. Just, you know, someone who's been around what I'm looking at. So yeah, right now I would say Bitcoin Cash, or first Cardano and Icon and Bitcoin Cash are the three that, four would be Stellar Lumens XLM. That's the other one that I see on sale at the moment. So anyway, look, I need to go get some coffee. And y'all be cool. Later.
not enough. Really hard by the ocean, among all those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.